Now in this video, we'll discuss trigonometric inequalities with polynomial inequalities. So there'll be questions which contains not only trigonometric inequalities, but with it, there'll be some conditions involved with some quadratic inequality or some general polynomial inequality. Say for example, we are given this question which is let 2 sine square x plus 3 sine x minus 2 greater than 0 and x square minus x minus 2 is less than 0, then x lies in which of the following intervals. Now, what we'll do is we'll start by solving this inequality. So we are given the inequality which is x square minus x minus 2 and it is less than 0. So we'll get x plus 1, x minus 2 less than 0. So this is minus 1, this is 2. So it is plus, minus and plus. We'll need less than 0. So we'll get the condition that the value of x should lie between minus 1 to 2. Now the reason we have solved this algebraic inequality first is when we are looking at this condition which is end. So that means we have to take the intersection of these two conditions. So which simply means we have to find the solution to this first inequality just within this region which is from minus 1 to 2. Now we'll solve this second part which is 2 sine square x plus 3 sine x minus 2 and it is greater than 0. So we can write this as 2 sine square x plus 4 sine x minus sine x minus 2 is greater than 0. So we can factorize it as 2 sine x minus 1 and sine x plus 2, it should be greater than 0. Now we know that sin x will always lie between minus 1 plus 1. So that means sin x plus 2 is always positive. So its sign doesn't change. So we'll remove the expression from the inequality. So from here, the only condition that we'll get is the value of sin x, it should be greater than 1 by 2. Now we'll draw the graph of sin x. So that's the graph of sin x. Now we'll also draw this line 1 by 2. Now this point of intersection will be pi by 6 and 5 pi by 6. Now we'll need this sin x to be greater than 1 by 2. So that means the interval that we are talking about is between pi by 6 and 5 pi by 6. Now we need the intersection of these two conditions. So that means we are looking for the values of x for which this first inequality holds as well as this second inequality holds. So we'll also mark this first one here. So first one is, it is from minus 1. So say this is minus 1 and then 2. Now what is 5 pi by 6? 5 pi by 6 will be 5 into 3.14. So there'll be 15 point something divided by 6. So there'll be 2 point something. So 2, it will lie somewhere here. So the first condition is x should lie between minus 1 to 2. And the second condition is it should lie between minus pi by 6 to 5 pi by 6. So the interval which is common to both the conditions is between pi by 6 and 2. So answer to this question is from pi by 6 to 2. So answer to this question is from pi by 6 to 2, and that's your option number D. Now here the question is, find the solution set of x square minus 8x plus 23 to the base mod sin x is greater than log 8 to the base mod sin x. Now first we'll write conditions of its domain. Conditions of domains are, condition of domain are x square minus 8x plus 23, it should be greater than 0, and then this mod sin x, it should be greater than 0, and mod sin x, it should not be 1. Now when we look at this expression, the value of D for this is 64 minus 92 that is, it is less than 0. So when d is less than 0 and a is greater than 0, it is always positive. So that means this is true for all x belongs to R. Now mod sin x, it is always positive. So that means we'll get the condition as, this mod sin x, it should not be 0 or 1. Now we'll solve this inequality. Now we know that this mod sin x lies between 0 and 1, and when base lies between 0 and 1, so that means this log will be a decreasing function, and when log is a decreasing function, so when we cancel this log with log, sign of inequality will reverse. So from here we'll get this condition as x square minus 8x plus 23, and it should be less than 8. So we'll write x square minus 8x and then plus 15, it should be less than 0. So we'll get x minus 3, x minus 5 less than 0. So this is 3 and 5. So it is plus, minus and plus. We need minus. So from here we'll get this condition as the value of x should lie between 3 and 5. Now it also says mod sin x cannot take the value 0 or 1. So that means x should not be 0, pi or 2 pi, and x should not be pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2. Now in this interval we have pi because pi is 3.14 something, so we'll need to remove pi, and then 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2 is 1.54 into 3, so there'll be 4 point something. So we'll also need to remove 3 pi by 2. So answer to this question will be x belongs to from 3 to pi union from pi to 3 pi by 2 union 3 pi by 2 to 5. And that is the answer to this question. Now here the question is, find the range of values of t for which 2 sin t is equal to 1 minus 2x plus 5x square upon 3x square minus 2x minus 1. So we are given this quadratic rational expression, and let this be some y. Let it be y equals 1 minus 2x plus 5x square upon 3x square minus 2x minus 1. Now for this quadratic expression, we know that denominator should not be 0. So we'll get this condition as 3x square minus 2x minus 1. It should not be 0. So it'll be 3x square minus 3x plus x minus 1 should not be 0. So it'll be 3x plus 1 into x minus 1 is unequal to 0. Now we'll cross multiply this y. So we'll write 3yx square minus 2yx minus y, and this is 1 minus 2x plus 5x square. So we can write this as a quadratic equation in x. So we'll write 3y minus 5x square and then minus 2 y minus 1x and then minus y plus 1, it is equal to 0. Now in this expression, x is real. Since x is real, this equation should have real roots. So that means t should be greater than or equal to 0. So then we'll get 4 y minus 1 square, then minus 4, 3y minus 5, and then plus y plus 1, and it should be greater than or equal to 0. Now 4 will cancel. So we'll write y square plus 1 minus 2y plus 3y square plus 3y minus 5y minus 5, and it is greater than or equal to 0. So then we can write this equation as 4y square and then 7 minus 3, so will be minus 4y and then minus 4 is greater than or equal to 0. So we'll write this equation as y square minus y minus 1, and it should be greater than or equal to 0. Now we'll solve this polynomial inequality. So what are the roots? Roots are 1 plus minus under root 5 upon 2. So here we'll get 1 minus under root 5 upon 2, and this is 1 plus under root 5 upon 2. So it is plus, minus and plus. So we need plus. So either the value of y is greater than 1 plus root 5 by 2, or it is less than 1 minus root 5 by 2. So either y is less than 1 minus root 5 by 2, or y is greater than equal to 1 plus under root 5 by 2. Now if we look at this equation, we know that this 2 sine t is actually equals to y, and we now have range of y. So now we can write 2 sine t, it should be less than or equal to 1 minus under root 5 by 2, or 2 sine t, it should be greater than or equal to 1 plus under root 5 by 2. So from here we'll write the value of sine t should lie between 1 minus root 5 by 4, and it should actually be greater than minus 1, or sine t is greater than 1 plus root 5 by 4, and it is less than 1. Now sine inverse minus 1 is minus pi by 2. So it will be minus pi by 2. Now 1 minus root 5 by 4. So we know that the value of sine pi by 10 is root 5 minus 1 pi by 4. So it will be minus pi by 10. Or now in this case, root 5 plus 1 by 4. So we know that cos 2 pi by 10 is root 5 plus 1 by 4. So which is cos pi by 5. Now complementary angle for sine will be pi by 2 minus pi by 5. So that should be 3 pi by 10. So here it will be from 3 pi by 10 to pi by 2. So that means the value of t should lie between minus pi by 2 to minus pi by 10 union 3 pi by 10 to pi by 2. Now we can generalize this solution also. So we know that fundamental period for sine is 2 pi. So we can write this as from 2n pi minus pi by 2 to 2n pi minus pi by 10 union 2n pi plus 3 pi by 10 to 2n pi plus pi by 2, where n belongs to z. Now here the question is, if the inequality holds for any x belongs to R, then the largest negative integral value of a is. So we can write this equation in terms of cos. So we'll write 1 minus cos square x plus a cos x plus a square, and it should be greater than 1 plus cos x. Now we'll cancel this 1 with 1. So we can write this equation as cos square x plus 1 minus a cos x minus a square, and it should be less than 0. We let cos x as t. We know that value of t will lie between minus 1 and plus 1. So it will be t square plus 1 minus a into t, and then minus a square, it should be 0. Now it says it should be true for all x belongs to R. That means for all t belongs to minus 1 and plus 1. So for all the values of t that lies between minus 1 and plus 1, this expression should always be negative. Now for this quadratic expression, first we'll find its d. So d will be 1 minus a square plus 4a square. Now clearly it's a sum of perfect squares, so that means it is always greater than 0. So this quadratic expression will have two real roots. So it will be a quadratic expression opening upwards, and it will have two real roots, say alpha and beta. Now it says this expression should always be negative. So the value of this expression is negative within -1 and +1 only if -1 and +1, both of them, they should lie between alpha and beta. Now if we'll take this expression as some function of t, say ft, then clearly f -1 should be less than 0 and f of 1 should also be less than 0. Now if we'll put t as -1, we'll get 1, and then -1 plus a minus a square is less than 0. So from here we'll get 0 and 1. So this is minus, plus and minus. So that is the value of a is either greater than 1 or less than 0. Now for this second one, we'll put t as 1. So we'll get 1 plus 1 minus a square is less than 0. So we'll write a square plus a minus 2 is greater than 0. So it'll be a plus 2, a minus 1 greater than 0. So then we can write minus 2 and then plus 1. So this is plus, minus and plus. So we'll get a is less than -2 or a is greater than 1. Now since it is AND condition, we'll need to take intersection of these two conditions. Now we'll take the intersection. We'll get the condition as either the value of a is less than -2 or value of a is greater than 1. Now the largest negative integral value of a. So the largest negative integral value of a should be -3, and that's your option number B. Now here the question is, if x lies between 0 to 2 pi and 2 cosec square x into under root of 1 by 2 y square minus y plus 1 is less than equal to root 2, then the number of ordered pairs of x and y is. Now what we know is we have cosec square x here, and value of cosec square x is always greater than equal to 1. So if we look at 2 cosec square x, then this value will always be greater than 2 to the power 1. So this value, it is always greater than or equal to 2. Now if we look at this expression within the square root, then we'll get under root of y square minus 2y plus 2 upon 2. So we can write this as under root of y minus 1 whole square plus 1 upon 2. Now minimum value of any square is 0, which is when y is equal to 1. So that means this expression is always greater than or equal to 1 by root 2. So this first expression is always greater than equal to 2, and this second expression is always greater than or equal to 1 by root 2. So we'll multiply both of them, then we can write 2 cosec square x into under root of 1 by 2 y square minus y plus 1. It should always be greater than equal to, now this is 2 into 1 by root 2, so it will be simply root 2. Now in the question it says it should be less than or equal to root 2. Now this expression, it has to be less than or equal to root 2. Now clearly it cannot take a value less than root 2. So the only condition possible in this case is this expression, it must be equal to root 2. Now this expression will be equal to root 2 when 2 cosec square x, it is 2, and when under root of 1 by 2 y square minus y plus 1, its value is 1 by root 2. So from here we'll say the value of cosec square x, it should be 1, that is sin x, it should be plus or minus 1. So from here we'll get two values of x. Either the value of x is pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2. because it is given that the value of x should lie between 0 to 2 pi. And then from here we know that it is under root of y minus 1 square upon 2 plus 1. So its value will be 1 by root 2 when this expression within the square root is 0. So from here we'll get only one condition, that is the value of y should be 1. So there'll be two ordered pairs. So one of them will be pi by 2 comma 1 and the other one will be 3 pi by 2 comma 1. So answer to this question is the number of ordered pairs of x and y is simply 2.
If you like the video, consider subscribing and sharing it with someone you know who might benefit from it. Also, the best way to navigate any topic is through a playlist. Simply go to the channel page, click playlist and select the topic you wish to study.